So this tutorial is going to help you fill in areas in your unique objects that maybe you had already designed in an area a little bit, and now you want to fill in that area, and you can't just quickly easily do that because you'll get overlapping faces. So and you don't want to take another object and try to place it there and try to weld it because you would have definitely overlapping faces. So I'm going to end up showing you 6 different methods. So let's get started. The first method will be the smart extrude. The second will be a working pivot. Third will be another extrude, but the difference is it won't be the same as the first one because this side of the object is not the same as this, so it's basically not a mirrored object mesh, and that's where it becomes really unique. So we're going to have to change the method a little bit, and we'll end up deleting some of the after we extrude, we'll have to delete some faces and then do a little bit of welding. But the third one will be similar, but except that we're going to, instead of extrude, we're going to use a bridge method. The fifth one, we are going to use border and cap method. And the last one, my favorite, is we're just going to take the edge and snap it to another location. Um, so let's get started here. So smart extrude. So we just want to go to polygon mode. You're going to want to turn snaps on, and in snaps, I have a shortcut here. Turn that on. But if you right click on snaps, you just want only vertex selected here. I'm going to turn on the move tool, and I'm going to grab the YZ because I want to go up and control basically on those two directions. To do the smart extrude, you need to hold down the shift key, and you can either grab from here or you can grab from here. So that'll work, or you can do it from here as well. Oh, I take that back. That's not working. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. You have to do it from the vertex to vertex location. But you can select here prior to get the correct YZ right here. So let's do that again. I'll demonstrate there, and you can see that changes there. Okay, so we'll snap that. And now to confirm that this is watertight and we don't have overlapping faces, turn off snaps, put it in the border mode, and either highlight the entire object like that, or I just use Shift A. Nothing turns red, and so it's watertight. And some people say, well, what is watertight? Well, if you take a vertex like this and we break it, which means now it's not welded here. You could move each one. And now we take the border tool and select. You'll see the edges turn red, letting you know that you have a welding issue here. So I'll just go ahead and weld that back up, check it again, and it's fixed. Okay, this is something since 2000, 3ds Max 2021.2 or something and higher. We have a new working pivot. So you're going to put the move tool on, put it in working, and to get the working pivot, first let's select our edges again. So this is the regular gizmo. So there's over here in under the hierarchy pivot, you can go watch tutorials to learn a little bit more about working pivot and the settings here. All we really basically need to do is remember a couple one shortcut: Control Shift and then the key left of number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Control Shift. You should see that on my screen, and then that key there. And now after I let go, it's asking me to place the working pivot where I'd like it, and you want to put it basically on this edge here. And the reasoning behind this is because unlike the other snaps, we only needed to have 2 directions and the YZ, where here you can't do YZ and basically another 2 directions at the same time. So by having the working pivot already on this edge, now you are in a sense getting the 2 directions at once. Okay, so let's turn on snaps, hold the shift key down. We're going to do a smart extrude, and then from vertex to vertex again. And there we go. And now it basically went right up along this edge here. And we will, to reset the a working pivot as well, you can go back over here where I showed you and hit reset, and that puts it over there. Okay, I think the reset also changes the transform over here, so I'll usually put that back up there. Okay, let's go to sample 3, extrude. Now, obviously, it's the same as the first one, but since on these last 4 boxes, I have made it so it's not a mirrored object. So basically, this side is altered from this side because I don't know what kind of objects you're going to be dealing with. So this tutorial is to help you on unique objects. So we'll basically start out like we did before. Turn on snaps, turn on move. We could just put this in view. Where's my gizmo? Turn that on. Let me get my gizmo. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, let me hit D. There we go. I had turned it off. And we got snaps on. Hold the shift key down. Okay, let's do that again. There we go. And then now, turn off snaps. Turn on vertex. I'm going to go into wireframe. I'm going to turn on target weld, and you just select this vertex that got left down here, and we want to just basically weld to this corner because we want to maintain the original vertexes, but we want to get rid of these ones that we don't need no longer. So target weld is also kind of like smart extrude and retopology. It's basically going to get rid of these walls and surfaces as you weld. So target weld is a very helpful tool. Okay, so there we go. And to check the work, again, border, select all, and it's good. Okay, so we're now on number 4. And that's going to be bridge. Bridge is another great tool. So for bridge, you basically want to, it's like a bridge over a river. You need 2 starting points, one from one side of the river and the other. So that's why they called it a bridge. So we'll just go ahead and delete all these faces inside here. We'll select both ends of the on each side of the river there. We'll come over here, and when we go to hit bridge, hit the settings button, and that's because we want to increase 2 segments so that we have these here. I'll demonstrate that again. Hit the check mark, and again, all this will be completely welded. The only thing that's not welded is here because it didn't line up. So turn on vertex again. Target weld. Okay. We are going to have to do some cleanup work on this time. So some of this is probably some of the surfaces had no problem smart welding. Actually, I take it back. It should have smart welded on some of these. Let's back up here again one more time. Oh, this was the bridge. Okay, yeah. There's bridge is not going to have any kind of smart extrude. I take that back. So let me go forward again here. What I like to do is go behind the object, put it in wireframe, and with some practice, you know how to delete these walls without interfering with the outer ones here. So basically, what I like to do is click once, click a second time. Oh, there is none on there, so let's do it over here. Click once, click a second time, hit delete, again, and then these 3 bottom ones here. Everybody gets their little method, and you'll get used to it. Okay, so we'll do target weld now. And then if we check with the border tool, it should have places that it's not welded exactly. So we're going to hit vertex. I like to just select everything in the scene. You'll get used to, there's over here on the weld tool, use the default settings to set your number. This is a tool I have. You get used to like certain specific numbers that work with projects, and so I have a kind of a fast way to get around that, so I'm not losing a lot of time. So I'll go ahead and weld, and we will grab the border, and oh, it's still having an issue. So I'll just go ahead and use my second button there, and that should take care of that. And there we go, watertight. Okay, so for the fifth one, we're going to do a border and cap, and this one's nice because basically you remove all of the area in advance that you don't want, except don't be selecting stuff in the back either. There we go. Hit delete, and we turn on border. Actually, will show you the exact border of exactly where we want the weld, the filled area to be. So we will hit cap, and then we'll turn on vertex, and we basically turn on cut, and it works kind of like snaps. So don't turn snaps on. It'll look for the nearest within a region. It'll look for the nearest vertex. So click there, right click to stop creating. And I did this one first because it makes that perfect hard edge first. If you do these two first and then do this one, it's going to be twice the work. So now we'll cut these two directions. I'll intentionally go at an angle on these because 3ds Max doesn't give us an option to like hold down a shift key to keep it aligned to world, which I wish we had. So let's turn off cut, and we will turn on the snaps tool, the move tool, and basically we just want to align this one directly above this one or to that one, and we're going to be moving on the X. So to not make it as confusing, just select just the gizmo X there and drag it right to there, and do the same here, and that will do that. So let's go ahead and click border again, select all, and make sure it's watertight, and it is, and that takes care of that one. Okay, so the last one is going to be edges, and this is my favorite. So we're going to go ahead. Oops, let me grab the object here. We are basically going to do the opposite of the bridge. So you basically remove the ends where like the bridge was and keep all the material in the middle. We'll grab the edge tool. It will hit loop, hold the shift key down, hit vertex. That will select all four of these, save a little bit of time, especially if you're dealing with a more complex object than this one. Now this time we want the Z and the Y because we want to run on this surface here, going from this corner to that corner. So I'll grab there, turn on vertex. I'm sorry, snaps, and then grab this vertex and snap to there. Okay, so now we will select all vertex, select the weld distance and welds, and this one's nice because we're done. That's it. It was that easy. So even though that shape over here was different than this one, these two points were the same. So anyways, so thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting the channel. Please subscribe, smash the like button, and we will see you next time. Bye.